How do you break a full court press consistently, under pressure, and without turning the ball over? Whether it's a chaotic 1-2-1-1 zone or an aggressive man-to-man press, every serious hooper needs a plan to get the ball up the floor safely and turn pressure into points. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how to beat the press, using strategies, formations, and real examples from high-level college teams, EuroLeague squads, WNBA powerhouses, and elite NBA guards who make pressing look like a bad idea. Let's break this down step by step.
See the Warriors spread the floor with shooters trying to get Steph Curry little space to play one-on-one.
Before we get into the tactics, let's start with the mindset. Breaking a full court press isn't just about passing angles or where your teammates are standing. It starts with how you think. The press is designed to create chaos. It's meant to speed you up, take you out of rhythm, and force you into mistakes. That's why the first rule is simple. Stay calm. If you panic, the defense has already won. The best teams and players treat the press as an opportunity. Instead of being scared of traps and pressure, they attack it with the goal of creating easy scoring chances. That's the difference between surviving the press and making it pay. There are a few non-negotiables that apply to breaking any full court press, whether it's zone or man. First, you have to use the full width and length of the floor. Good spacing stretches the defense and opens up lanes. Second, prioritize passing over dribbling. The ball moves faster through the air than it ever will on the floor. Third, dribble only when necessary, usually to escape a trap or to move the defense, not to try and beat two defenders by yourself. Fourth, always keep your eyes up. The most dangerous press breaks happen when someone spots an open teammate down the floor before the defense can recover. And lastly, always have a safety outlet. Never leave the ball handler stranded without an easy option to reset. Now let's dive into breaking a zone full court press, which is usually built to trap along the sidelines and corners. One of the most common forms is the 1-2-1-1 diamond press. Another is the 2-2-1 press. The key to beating both is recognizing the structure early and attacking the middle of the court. That's the soft spot in almost every zone press. Send a smart player to flash to the middle, where they can receive the ball, turn, and either attack or distribute. A lot of great college teams, like Villanova, absolutely master this. They space the floor wide, flash someone to the nail or the center circle, and then slice the press apart with one or two quick passes. Formations matter here. A 4-across alignment, where players line up across the free throw line extended, can be very effective. It gives the inbounder multiple horizontal passing options. Another option is the classic 1-2-1-1 press breaker, where you position one player deep as a threat, two on the wings, one in the middle, and one to inbound. And then there's the 80-60-40 press breaker setup, which adjusts your spacing based on where you expect the trap to hit. It's simple, effective, and works at every level of basketball. Screening also helps against the zone. A well-placed back screen or diagonal screen can spring a player open in the middle and break the press cleanly. If you're facing a man-to-man full-court press, your approach has to change slightly. Spacing becomes even more important because defenders are chasing your players individually. You want to stretch them out to create lanes. One of the best strategies is to bring multiple players toward the inbounder, then send a cutter deep after the defense collapses. It's like setting a trap for the trap. You give them what they want, players in the backcourt, and then beat them with one pass over the top. Using screens is huge against man pressure. A back screen or a simple pin down can free your primary ball handler. Tom Izzo's teams at Michigan State run this to perfection. They're not afraid to bring a big to the backcourt to screen for a guard and then immediately attack with numbers once they break the initial pressure. Another key concept is the retreat dribble. If you get trapped, don't force a pass. Back up with the dribble while your teammates move to open space. It's a reset button that keeps the possession alive and stops the trap from working. At the pro level, full court pressing is rare, but that's not because it's ineffective. It's because it doesn't work against players with elite ball handling, spacing, and decision making. Let's talk about the NBA. Pressing against players like Drew Holiday is almost pointless. His calm under pressure and ability to deliver accurate passes on the move neutralizes traps before they can develop. Same with Fred VanVleet. He's undersized, but he sees the floor and gets the ball out of his hands before the defense can close in. Then there's Luka Doncic, who's basically a quarterback on the floor. His size, vision, and timing make it nearly impossible to trap him for long. He uses the press against you by drawing help and then dropping dimes to his teammates in stride. Don't forget about Kyrie Irving either. You can trap him, but you better send 3 defenders because 1 or 2 isn't enough. His handle and ability to spin out of pressure make him one of the most press-resistant guards in the world.
And Irving trying to put this one away. Kyrie Irving almost lost the handle, gets it back. Irving, some finish.
Casey wants him to shoot more. He's shooting 19% though on the season.
Irving, the turnaround.
Irving creates some space, fades away.
And guys like Tyrese Halliburton and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are press-proof in a different way. They play at their own pace, refuse to get sped up, and manipulate the floor with their length and basketball IQ. Some NBA teams have faced more presses than others. The Indiana Pacers, with their fast-paced style, have drawn full-court pressure from teams trying to slow them down. But with Halliburton leading the break and multiple capable ball handlers, they've turned those presses into scoring opportunities. The Portland Trail Blazers, especially when Damian Lillard was leading them, also saw a lot of soft presses. But Dame's confidence, deep shooting, and composure meant those rarely lasted more than a possession or two. Now in college and international basketball, pressing is much more common, and that's where some of the best press breakers really shine. Teams like Villanova are known for their clinical execution. They flash the middle, reverse the ball quickly, and never try to beat the press with one-on-one dribbling. Their players are taught to think, pass, and move without hesitation. Another great example is Gonzaga. Under Mark Few, they constantly use a big man flashing to the middle to relieve pressure and then get into their offense with 20 seconds still on the shot clock. At the international level, EuroLeague teams like Real Madrid and CSKA Moscow regularly see full-court pressure. But their structured offensive systems and experienced guards break it with textbook precision. Whether it's skip passes, middle attacks, or outlet reversals, they don't panic and they don't waste time dribbling into traps. They treat every press as a chance to create a numbers advantage. In the WNBA, teams like the Las Vegas Aces are excellent at breaking presses because they have multiple guards who can initiate offense. Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum both have the vision and the patience to see traps developing and make the right read. These players make it extremely difficult to press for long because they pass early and force the defense to recover. Now, let's talk about what not to do. First, never dribble into a trap along the sideline or in the corner. That's exactly what the press wants. Second, avoid lazy passes or floaters. A slow lobbed pass gives the defense time to rotate or jump the lane. Third, don't stand still. Movement creates passing angles. If your teammates don't move, the press wins. And finally, don't think the job is done once you cross half court. That's when a lot of teams relax, but the smartest ones keep attacking. Once you've broken the press, don't just reset, look to score. That's the golden rule. A good press break often results in a numbers advantage. If 3 defenders are in your backcourt and you get the ball across the timeline cleanly, it's likely a 4-on-2 or 3-on-1 waiting to happen. Push the ball, hit the open man, and finish strong. The best teams don't just survive pressure, they turn it into a weapon. To wrap it all up, here's what you need to remember. Spacing, smart passing, using the middle of the court, staying calm, and having a clear press break plan. Great teams practice this stuff constantly, not just waiting for the game to dictate it. The ones who break the press consistently are the ones who prepare for it, like it's part of their identity. If you got value from this video, do me a favor, hit that like button so YouTube knows to show it to more hoopers. Subscribe to the channel for more basketball breakdowns, tutorials, and high-level strategy you can actually use on the court. And here's my question for you. How does your team usually beat a full court press? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear your stories, strategies, or questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.